Hi everyone, it's Drax. Welcome to this video. I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible, but as you know, in my hunting token series, the thing that I did to make the most of my gold was go out, farm stuff, craft it, put it on the auction house, rinse and repeat, right? So every day I tried to make enchants, gems, a little bit of potions, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and everything that I came across in the world, I sold that stuff. So I was basically farming herbs, mining, whatever, everything that could make me a few gold extra. Now, problem is, if you go out farming and crafting, well, you got a bit of a problem because it's really time consuming. And I only did this X amount of time during a week, and I did make my fair share of gold during that period of what was it about a month that the series was running. Now there is a little bit of a problem. To keep it up, you gotta have the spirit or the distraction when you're watching something on TV and go out and farm, but it's really something that's boring. So after those 4 weeks, I was like, yeah, okay, I've had it with farming all of that stuff and crafting it. So I decided to throw it the other way around, and I started looking for some easy ways to make my gold. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few things that I do to make me an extra bit of gold. And I have to be honest, I don't make a little bit of extra gold, I make more gold than I did in my hunting token series. I pick up at least, and I gotta be careful, I pick up at least 100k a day on average. At least. I had days where I picked up 400,000 gold. I had days where I picked up 300,000 gold, but I have to be careful. This is bringing in the gold from the auction house. It's not pure profit, and you're going to see that in a little bit, but it's still a fair amount of gold that I will be receiving at the end of the week. Let's say I'm still able to buy myself a token a week using this method. So as you can see the mailbox running in this video, you can see a lot of expired auctions, but that's not a problem. It's not about the quantity that I have to repost on the auction house, it's about the quantity that I do sell. And you can see various things coming through, but the thing you have to know, okay, there are a few crafted stuff still in there because I crafted at the end of the series about 10 pieces of every enchant and 5 of every saber's eye. So you can see a little bit of profession stuff coming through, but the thing that I sell the most right now are simply regions and bind on equipped gear, so BOEs. And not just any BOEs, I sell twink BOEs. So let me show you how I go to work with the regions. So basically I put up a TSM group where I put in all the Legion materials. I got Ethereal, Dreamleaf, Fjarnskagel, Foxflower, Starlight Rose, Fellworth, Fellhide, Infernal Brimstone, Laystone Ore, Fellslate, Acerline Siege, Gem Chips, Skystone, Dawnstone, Shadow Rubies, all that kind of stuff. I got Stonehide Leather, I got Storm Scale in there, I got bacon, slices of bacon in there. So everything that people need on a daily basis to craft some stuff, I got in my TSM group. And I got a shopping operation that says 75% on average DB market. So every time I go to the auction house, I just scan that single group, 75% on average. Okay, I also select show anything above 75%, but that's for another reason. That's when I want to control the prices on the auction house. And it's all about buying cheap and selling for the normal price or higher. So I got my operation for selling set up at 100% DB market as a minimum, 120 as normal, and 150 on maximum. And I sell multiple regions as stacks of 20, and then the more expensive ones I sell single. You can either do the expensive ones for 5 and of going for full stack for, let's say, herbs. You can do it any way you want, but with my experience, if I want something to sell, I don't want to sell my stuff at people that are going crazy in crafting and selling 200 pieces of stacks. I do think about all the small players that just need their fair share of herbs and they need a stack of 20. If I would post this stuff single-handedly, I could see more of the experienced crafters or people that need a lot of stuff. They leave the single crafts, the single stacks alone, and they go for 200 stacks or 50 stacks. But 20 is not a problem for anyone. Anyone would be happy to buy 10 stacks of 20 instead of a stack of 200. It doesn't matter for anyone. In my experience, it's not that someone is going to buy a stack of 200 that's just slightly higher price than mine. So I do a 75% on average scan, buy everything that's 75%, or even a little bit higher depending on how many stuff that is on the auction house. Basically, I don't really have to do a 75% scan if I select show all above. I could just go in and scan any of this stuff, but it's more important at the beginning of an expansion that you show only till 75% because prices do fluctuate very much at that point. But it's still a leftover from the beginning of Legion, so I still use it and it works fine as it is. So after I bought all that stuff, I'm just going to post all that stuff. So I select the same operation. In fact, I just select all my operations. So I do the post scan and my operation is set up so I only post when the lowest priced item is 100%. So I'm not posting my stuff if people have let's say I want to post Dreamleaf. I'm not going to post Dreamleaf unless it's at least at 100%. If someone puts stuff up at 90%, I'm not posting Dreamleaf. Alright, so I basically scan the auction house and get rid of all my stuff, and eventually it will sell. That's why prices fluctuate, and that's why not all gold income is pure profit. But that doesn't matter as long as we make profit, right? So the more stuff you buy on a daily basis or are able to buy, and the more stuff you are able to post, well, the more profit you will have. It's something, if you want to start with it, you have to start on a small basis, buying just a few stuff. Now, if you look at my chart a couple days ago, I bought out around 600,000 gold at a single go. But the other way around, I got 3 million gold worth of auctions running at the same time. It's about 700 auctions, and I'm trying to increase that number on a daily basis. So today I will have 700, and maybe today I will have 800, and by the end of the weekend I will have 1,000 auctions running at the same time. Now, the second thing that gives me a lot of gold, that's the BOEs. And I got this TSM group from a paste bin, which I will put in the description so you can find it yourself. And it's a TSM string created by Muffins, uploaded by somebody else, because Muffins has a Reddit post about TSM, and we have the Muffins BOE lists. So you have the 101, the 101 leech, and then the 110. If you want to use these TSM strings, just follow these instructions on the paste bin and put them into your TSM. Just when you are putting these in, they take a while to load, and don't forget to reload your UI. So don't panic if your game freezes for a minute. It will eventually complete the TSM string. If not, just quit and try again. In these Muffins TSM groups, they contain all BOE epics from Legion. So a lot of these stuff, the 101s are twin gear. Twinking again is a big deal, so a lot of people don't know the original price or the normal value of an item, and they post it well below the value that it's actually worth. So you buy it and you repost it again. The TSM string is complete with operations, so it does everything for you. Now, if you look at my resale post, you can see I have a few BOEs in there. In fact, well, even a lot past 60 days. And the problem on the end of the list, well, you can see according to TSM, I did sell a few BOEs at a loss. So no profit there, but that's the problem. I got multiples of all this stuff, and that's the problem. TSM remembers the idea number that these items have, but I have multiple items of that BOE. So the problem is TSM thinks I sold item A, but I in fact sold item B, and item A is double priced on the auction house than B was for the amount that I bought it for. So when I sell the other item that TSM thinks is already sold, my list will even out, so it doesn't matter. But I know these BOE lists, if you want to do it properly and you want to keep up, well, I buy everything that goes below 60%, or unless it's a very uncommon piece. So I'm happy even with 10% profit. Don't forget you have a auction fee cutoff of 5%, which is important when you sell high valued items. But at this point I only use the twin gear while I'm waiting for an upgrade for Tomb of Sargeras stuff, because the item levels will go up again. So I'm not even buying the 110 gear because the item levels in the list are lower than what we are getting from the new raid. So I'm not buying outdated gear. I have a few pieces. I hope they would still sell, and otherwise, well, I will try to do a little bit of damage control and try and sell them for as much as I can. Then the third number is battle pets. On the same paste bin that's in the description, you can find also a battle pet list. It's a very complete list, a very big list, and you basically go to the auction house, scan it again, buy cheap or underpriced battle pets and sell them for the original value. So it's again more of the same, and it's all about buying and posting, buying and posting. The thing to keep in mind, don't buy cheap pets where you have an abundance of on the auction house. Try finding the pets where there's only one of it on the auction house, or two. Because everyone is posting, let's say, a cinder pup. I don't know if you remember the cinder pup. That's a pet you receive with the garrison missions. Well, look, people posted at only 2%. Yeah, but we have 10,000 of these cinder pups left in bags and people trying to get rid of it. It's even more profitable to just vendor the cinder pup as a figure of speech. Okay, now the fourth way in the same paste bin list, there's a transmog group. Again, a very big group, a well-constructed group, or already equipped again with operations, so you don't have to do much work, just import the string you need. And if you love to go and do transmog farming, this is the thing that you need. Again, very easy, it doesn't get difficult. Just copy the transmog string into your TSM. Wait again, because yeah, it's a very big list, so you have to be a little bit patient. Go farm yourself some transmog, put them up on the auction house, wait for them to sell. And in my experience, transmogs sell very slow and they have a very big posting price. But if you have a lot of transmog stuff, well, you will be able to profit from it. And I know everyone is doing the transmog farms anyway to get that one rare item like the glorious leg plates. Everybody wants to find that one eureka moment, the one time that you are going to cheer when you loot that item, and then the most difficult part begins. Am I going to use this rare transmog, or do I put it on the auction house in exchange for cash? But that's something you have to decide. And then the fifth way that's also important when you are trying to figure out what you need to sell or what gives you a nice amount of profit, use the Undermind Journal. Search your server that you are on. You have a list there that is called top sellers, and check out what these people are selling. This will give you a good indication of what is profitable to sell on your auction house. If you look at this list, there's a lot of transmog farmers on, transmog sellers on my server, battle pet sellers, and then you have me, who suddenly there's one seller who sells a lot of regions. So if you click, let's say, your competition, you can pick that piece of the pie that they are already using to make gold off, or you can do something that is not very abundant in that list. You can see how many auctions people have. You can see the auctions that people have, and you can see the prices that they are going for. And you can also see when they post all these auctions. So using the Undermind Journal gives you a very good idea of what you can do on your auction house and what people are already doing on your auction house. It's not only about trying to figure out what you need to do to make more gold. It's also about what are people doing to make their gold and how I can see myself in that pack. It's all the same with economics. You are the one that is trying to expand its auction offer as much as possible. That's what I'm doing. I'm selling battle pets, I'm selling BOEs, I'm selling transmogs, I'm selling regions, and when there is an abundance again in regions, I will also start crafting again. So I'm trying to make a wide variety of items available on the auction house so I have stuff to sell on a daily basis. And that's about it for this video. Just remember, if you are buying to resell on the auction house, you don't have to have a lot of gold to start it from. You just need to select the right item. So if you can afford to buy 10 BOEs, just buy one sort of region and just wait till it's higher and repost. 2 gold on a region is not much, I know, but 2 gold on 10,000 regions a week is profit. It's 20k. If you do it on multiple regions and you do then BOE reselling for doubling the price, or you do pet battle selling for, let's say, 40% to up till 70% of the price, well, you make a lot of gold and you make a steady flow of gold. And the more you sell, the more profit you will have, and the more money you can reinvest again in the auction house. You get more auctions available to sell and keep the ball rolling. It will grow on a steady pace. You just have to make sure you don't make mistakes. Don't try and control the price of an item by buying everything and reselling them at 150%. No, you don't have to control the price. Just buy it, wait, and post them again. It's all about using the DB market average value. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a few things. Don't forget to leave a like. You can add a comment in the description. I'm happy to hear what your thoughts are about playing on the auction house. Don't forget to sub if you want to see more content, and I'll see you all next time.